One of my biggest fears is that because I sit right next to a window, one of my neighbors is gonna look in, see the camera, and be like, what is going on in the House of Commons? Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. Hi, I'm Lo. Welcome or welcome back. Take a look around. Let me know if you need something to drink. Feel free to subscribe. It is actually preferred if you do. This is a sketchbook tour for the sketchbook that I filled in a week. If you haven't seen my previous video where I filmed this entire thing, I'll do you the favor and link it. This is a pocket sketchbook from Art Creation. It has 140 GSM paper. Like I said, filled it in a week, which meant that I had about 22 pages to fill a day. Managed to do it somehow. Always do. I've done this twice, well, 3 times now. I'll send you over to the sketchbook tour now, and then those of you who stick around till the end, because I can see the watch through rate on my videos. The few of you who stick around, I'll see you on the flip side. Okay, so hello. We are in the overhead shot. How are we feeling? I hope you're not scared of heights. Like I said, this is an Art Creation pocket-sized sketchbook. I love the little inside jokes we have started to have, including the ones about left-handed people, and also how I am simultaneously beefing but also loving Art Creation sketchbooks. I'm pretty particular. I like white paper. Regular, old, boring Art Creation sketchbooks have not white paper, but they have cute covers. And this is corkboard, but it does have white paper. And I'm gonna be so honest, I bought another one. And you might be like, oh, so you're doing the cream colored paper. No, it's white. I just covered the sketchbook in contact paper. So, opening up. I started it the 17th of April, finished it the 23rd of April. I love my little label maker. I will pull out my label maker for things that does not need labels. Like the inside of a sketchbook. We are starting off solid with a pencil portrait. I really love drawing portraits. This is nothing new. I also really like drawing portraits with colors that aren't necessarily the correct ones. Believe it or not, reference photo, she's not actually green. I know, shocking. Her face is way too big, and I am fully aware of it. But the thing is, when you're working with a pocket size, like how small do you expect me to work? So that is one of the trials and tribulations that always occur when I'm doing this, is drawing like full-bodied people. Trying to draw faces on that, always a nightmare. So if I just do this, I really like the drawing, but her face kind of fucks it up. Then we have whatever the hell this is. This is not terrible. This is, I blacked it out and then used a white paint marker to fill in the details. This is, you know, some drawings look good with just like one line weight and one pen. This is not one of those instances when it looks good. This is a veil, but because I'm only using a black marker, there's no differentiating, like, that there's like something in between, so it just looks strange. This is, I'll do you a favor and turn this over. I've been enjoying doing marker portraits a lot more when I've gotten, you know, a larger array of marker colors, because now I can kind of, you know, work with the actual dimensions of things. So this is I really like this. So these are fish. There's something about drawing fish, like painting fish, because they have so many like cool colors and stuff. And then I am the thought daughter, so this is in fact my my own little poetry. Do with that as you will. I buried a time capsule at 7. Little did I know I was holding Innocence's funeral. I'm insane. This is an idea I had when 𝐬𝐨𝐜𝐿𝐴's The Great Impersonator, the album, came out, which is so long ago. That came out in October. Oh, God. She has a song that's called Dog Years. I still like this. I still like the idea of this. I think doing this like even more fleshed out would be really cool. So perhaps one day. There's something very fun about just the fisheye lens, like the 0.5 photos of people. It's just silly, okay? It just looks fun. This is a 1 week sketchbook challenge sketchbook. We're not talking quality here. This is the definition of quantity over quality. Leftover gouache paint, just letting it bleed into each other. It looks cool, okay? This is wonky, but who cares? I really like the colors of this. It reminds me of autumn, which is great considering it's currently May. This is where I pulled out my trusty old National Geographic magazines. No National Geographic magazine is safe within like a 5 feet radius of me. I will, if I get my hands on them, I will chop them up. So this is very fun. I think this is like, I was giggling and gaggling as I was gluing this together. These are flowers. I don't know if you're aware, but these are flowers. I've done this a couple of times before in a different sketchbook where I use Tomboy markers and then I use a fine liner to just, you know, fill in the lines and the details. It's a nice experience. I like it. I like it. I'm not like too excited about the way this looks. It might just be the colors, but it's also not the absolute worst. Then we have Virginia Woolf. Once again, thought daughter. This was also just Tomboy markers and then with a fine liner going in. I didn't think I would like this. Because this was very much a just filling in the final page and getting it over with. And then this, which still confuses me, like how I just like a hand. Regular degular hand, not really any issues with it, because I'm not famously known for drawing hands very well. I don't know what outlier we were dealing with over here, but moving on to day 2. Oh, this is fun. Everything's just kind of smudged. So this is me. This is not me. This is me using gouache. This is me. Period. What elevates a sketchbook spread is if I can kind of tie the colors together. All the red flags look pink when you're wearing rose-colored glasses. Pointing to myself, thought daughter. This is one of the more disappointing isn't the word, but like lackluster. Like this looked a lot better in my head. I don't know if it was like the maybe the lack of time, because I for sure could have spent more energy and time and like put proper work into drawing this. I tried to like salvage it by using like Posca markers and doing like drawing this at the level that I like imagined it is not something I do in a sketchbook where I have like a solid 10 minutes per page. These pages stick together. That's the fun thing about acrylic paint, is that it just sticks to itself. Paloma the Peach, I subscribed to their Patreon and they posted either it was like a sketchbook spread or it was sticker designs, but they had this cool drawing of a keyboard, and here we are. More fish. Fishies. Blub blub. I like this one. I mean, I like all of them, but like this one and this one I'd kind of forgotten about existing. I think this one has nicer colors, but this one looks like more, not more fishy, but like probably more like the reference photo. Going in with a black paint marker around something really just solidifies that like this is a drawing in this book. Like it kind of, I wouldn't say ties it all together, but it kind of finishes it off. And then start the left-handed pet portraits. I asked on Instagram for photos of your guys' pets, and you did not disappoint. I like this one. This is cute. Like the thing is, I feel kind of like I kind of want to make stickers out of these. I don't know how you guys would feel about me taking photos of your pets and then turning them into stickers, but hello. This is so cute. Then there's a tiny little, there's 2 spreads of a break between the left-handed pet portraits. I don't always work chronologically in these sketchbooks. Sometimes I'm jumping around. This started off, I wanted it to look good when I started off, and then I very quickly like gave up. In the beginning was like aiming for realism, realized that that was not happening, and then just picked out random colors. There are some really cool, I don't know if they're like fashion photos, street photography, like I don't know what they're exactly meant for. There are like some real cool street photography photos of like people basically like running and walking, and you like from a top down angle, it just looks cool. Like every time I see one of those photos, I have to save it because I'm like, oh, that looks cool, and then I see another one and I'm like, oh, that looks cool as well. So I have so many of these saved. Then we have a little sun, and this is me writing with my left hand, and this is what gave me the idea of drawing with my left hand. I was just like, I need to fill this page up with something, and I wrote with my left hand, and I'm like, now hold on for a second, that's an idea. And then we are back to the left-handed pet portraits. Pet Cemetery Call, they want their cat back. Then we have, yeah, whatever's going on over here. Same dog. So I wrote the usernames so I could know who sent me the photos. Same dog. Which I hate to say it, but you can kind of tell that it's the same dog. Then we have something that is not a pet, most likely, considering these are like wild animals. Some of these I'm like thoroughly impressed with myself. Like I don't know how I did it with my non-dominant hand, but then we have some bunnies. I think what makes this one my favorite is the colors, and you'll see that a couple of times I try to like kind of recreate the palette. Two of them were birthday babies. So Maddie is about to turn 16 years old, which is a real old age, and I gave Maddie a little party hat to celebrate her 16th birthday. This is so this fucking dog, bless their owner, very sweet person, like they're very nice, but this fucking, I don't know what the fuck your dog is about. It looks like a fucking moss ball. Like it looks like something you'd find in the forest. This is day 3, so final day was Chewbacca moss ball dog from Sandy, and then moving on to day 3, I did some patterns. These were inspired by some like tiles I saw. I like the colors in this. I do like the colors in this as well, but this is, you know, a bit more varied at least. I hated this a lot more when I did it. Looking at it now, I'm like, this is cute. Like it's fine. It's got its, you know, it's very rough, but it's still cute. This was more of it. Like the photo looked very cool, but I very quickly realized like I do not have the time, energy, or patience to like actually sit down and paint it. So I kind of just went with I'm gonna fill in the colors and then insinuate some details with some random lines. And I don't hate it. Like it's fine. This is based on a mirror that I saw, like a mirror design. The mirror looked so cool. The sketch was fine, and then I went and ruined it with the paint markers. And then this is just random paint. But I like the colors, so out of these two, this one, much prefer this one to this one. Then we have like Stray Kids, Sonny Angels. I've had these ideas for so long, and I think the concept and idea is very cute. I think this is something that has to be done digitally. Like some things I think look better done traditionally, and sometimes it's real difficult to try to figure out like if something should be done digital or traditional. But I think I kind of knew this before even going in, that I knew this was going to be better if it was done digital. But it's a 1-week sketchbook challenge, so I kind of just had to go with it. This is, don't even worry about it. This is nothing. Then we have another pencil portrait, and I once again just outlined it with the black marker because I knew that that was kind of like the little oomph it needed to kind of feel like an actual drawing. Then I remembered my love for the wonky, no real perspective drawings of rooms done with Tombow markers. So I did two of those, this one and this one. I don't know. When I did this, I was like, oh, this one is so much better. But now that I look at this, it's maybe I like the colors of this better than this one. Oh my God, we are all just animals. That's crazy pants. And it is, isn't it? We're all just animals, and that is crazy pants. Then I was over it. I was so over it. So I started cutting up paper. Hey, question for everyone. Where are you from? And is this something you did when you were a kid? Because this is like traditional childhood entertainment where I'm from. Like every winter, you'd have every little kid folding and cutting paper to make snow crystals. This one, I colored the actual like paper of the snow crystal, and then on the next page, I painted the background, and then I glued the crystal on top of it. I think this one looks, because it's got more contrast. Like I used pastel chalk on this. It's not not a lot of. It's not a lot of saturation going on. I think this is the first of day 4. This is like, I kind of like the idea of the apple. This looks very muddy and dark, so not a huge fan, but like it's fine. And this is just, it filled the page. This one is like, it's fine. I like the base is with markers, and then I went in with like fine liner and Tombows to do like the dots and stuff. And since they're different shades, it kind of like, it makes it look a little strange, but also it's no big deal. This one, the sketch was better, and like as I was doing this, I was like, oh no. But at that point, I had already like started. I'd already kind of committed to the bit. So I was like, oh, I might as well just finish it. But I kind of wish I just left the sketch alone. And then I'm going to have to censoring things. Hey kids. Absolute nightmare having to censor the actual challenge video for these. So what I do every time that I start lagging behind on these sketchbook challenges, I pull out figure drawings. This one is like Chicken Scratch City, all over the place. This one is better. And then this one's like, like not great. I think it's too, I don't know what. I think this one has like more confident lines. And perhaps this one looks a bit, because I kind of tried to do shading and then it kind of didn't work. Like it looks too two-dimensional. This one also, Chicken Scratch City. These ones are bad. These ones also not a fan. With this one, I tried a bit of a different technique where I went in first and shaded the kind of silhouette. And then this one is kind of where I figured, okay, you need to calm down. So this one also, confident lines, not a gazillion random shadings everywhere, which also good. This one's kind of, it's kind of difficult to understand what's going on because there's a lot of like with the arms, and he's holding a book. There's a lot of things going on in the middle of the drawing, which makes it hard to kind of differentiate what is going on. And then I did some like one-line drawings. I kind of just, you do the continuous line. Are you guys aware how fucking hard drawing phones are? Like flip phones? Try it out. This is one of my favorite spreads in the entire sketchbook. I used the chisel nib of my markers to draw the cats. And that's kind of what I intended to do with the fish here as well. I have a tendency to kind of get muddied in all of the details of things. So I wanted to look at the bigger picture. So I went in with just the chisel nib to see kind of like how dumbed down can I get away with having the drawings and it still comes across as a cat. Turns out, pretty dumbed down. I cut it out of the actual sketchbook challenge video, but I kept yapping on about how much I wanted to do this again. I was like, oh, and today I'm going to do more Van Gogh studies, and I never did it. So I just edited it. But like every single day since I drew this spread, I was like, and I'm gonna do more Van Gogh drawings. No, you weren't. I like the way this looks because it's very like loose. It's hard to kind of know what it's supposed to be. This one I used brush nib, and then this one I used the pointed nib, the bullet nib, that's the one. Not very good studies, but I wanted to try the whole like, basically constantly lifting my brush up, instead of like drawing flat surfaces, using tiny little strokes to fill space instead. I lost it at this point. This is a piece of string that I dipped in ink and then just kind of smacked around on the page. And it's like, it's giving kind of like the design you'll see on public transport seats. Like, you get what I mean? This is the kind of pattern you'd see on like a bus seat. Oslo Central Station, I was waiting for my train, so I just drew some, because people are walking and bustling about, so you don't really get the time to kind of do anything very good. You can't really, it's someone holding their suitcase. This one also has a suitcase, a lot of suitcases going on. This one I think is very funny because I drew this like on the train while I was waiting for the train to like set off, like start driving. You can't really tell what's going on. It is so bad. But as you can tell, this is not me. This is my niece. I asked if she wanted to draw in my sketchbook and she said yes. And when she looked at this, she's like, oh my god, that's so good. I'm like, okay, art critic. I don't know if we are on the same page, but thank you. I think it's supposed to be like pony, comma, just with a horn. So it's a unicorn. I didn't get like an artist statement from her, but it's up for interpretation, I guess. This is the living room at home when I was visiting. This is the family cat. He's so old, kind of deaf, kind of blind, does not really know what's going on, but he's so sweet. He also loves me so much, like he will not leave me alone. The issue is that I am a little allergic to him, so I just need to make sure that he doesn't get too close to my face. And then this is day 5. Not a very good spread. I mean, let's all be honest here. And then we are moving on to the left-handed pet portraits. Again, this is the same dog. Did not like it when I did it, and looking at it now, I'm like, that's so stinking cute. Now, the thing with this one is you kind of have to know what you're looking at. This is a cat. I love the colors, but if I didn't tell you that this is like a tortoise cat, you'd be like, that is a lump. Hey, the insane level of side-eye in this photo is so fucking funny. This little guy who's complete, like, out of this world, gonzo, zoinked out. I hope he had a great nap. Another birthday girl. I did not get it through well enough. She had the most insane, resting, sad cat face. Like, she looked like she had the worries of the entire earth on her shoulders. Then I went back to still life. No, not still lifes. Figure drawing. Still, hey, I think, hey, petition to start calling figure drawing just human still lifes. I love this entire thing. I love the color palette. I love how, I was on something. So this one, really good. So, like this one, but this one's also like really, really good. I stuck to the same palette. I was using lines and colors way more sparingly here than I did here. And I guess that's something I need to just learn, is to like leave well enough alone. Not to toot my own horn, but like honk honk. This is so good. Am I crazy? Like, hello, everyone. We can all agree that this is good, right? Shut up. More figure drawings. I was on it with the figure drawings. I love how I was kind of doing like hatch lines instead of like really blending things necessarily. I mean, I can tell. I'm obviously having to blur a lot that is going on here. So when I'm pointing to something, just trust me, okay? I only use like one Tombow marker. This is one of my favorite Tombow markers because I love the color of it. Can't tell you exactly which one it is right now. Hold on. It is the Tombow 555. Great color. Then I did tulips. I've done this in a different sketchbook where I kind of just filled the page with tulips in like different geometric shapes. I think this is a very cool pattern. I like the way it looks. Good job. Then we have Emily Dickinson. That it will never come again is what makes life so sweet. Thank you, Emily. That is a very profound thing you said. I learned that Emily Dickinson is not a person we have a lot of photos of. I think we have a solid one. And it's this one. So you're not gonna find like a lot of variety if you're looking for portraits of Emily Dickinson out there. Sorry. And then I'm back on my bullshit. And for some reason, like even more messy. This one is like, like fine. This bad. Boo. I went to ham with it and then I reined it in. These are fine. This one's pretty good actually. The paper was just a bit, I wish the paper was bigger because in the reference photo, there were feet in this photo. About down here. This is like a 4 out of 10. Like you get the point of what is going on, but it's not very good. I kind of just needed to fill up the page. I will sneak in a tooth everywhere. I'm really scared that you guys think that I don't know how to spell blueberry. I did on purpose write blubbery. I in fact know how to spell blueberry. I just think blubbery is funnier. Then we are moving on to day 6, home stretch. I drew this I sketched this out at work and then I came home and I can turn the fucking page. I specifically like the way cell shading looks with like flat colors. There's no dimension in the colors I've used. I've only used the cell shading to kind of bring out a little bit of dimension. I like the way it looks. I used to do it a lot more. Perhaps it is something I will bring back into my repertoire. I drew this at work. I disliked it a lot when I drew it, and like I don't love it now. I think it looks better on camera than it does in real life. Two-dimensional. Like there's not enough contrast in the lights and the darks. But every time I eat noodles, I have like in my head I'm like, quit, don't quit, noodle. It's a curse. These are my current favorite Tombow markers, if anyone was wondering. More portraits. Did realize that like perfect size for this is the size that I like to draw portraits. And then I glued in the wrapper of a Kinder chocolate that I ate. Because at this point I was getting desperate. I just wanted to fill the page. See, we are racing against the goddamn sun. So my goal is to finish the sketchbook tour before the sun catches us. Let's see if I can do it. Much like the tulips earlier, I much prefer the tulips. Also, the tulips were easier because with the tulips, I had leaves that I could kind of fill in the missing spaces with. Arms don't have leaves. I know, shocking information. That does leave like more open space between the arms. Then my son, Gronk, he made a quick appearance this time. He didn't stick around for too long. He's busy. He's got a new hobby, which is kiting, so he didn't stick around for long. 2 more portraits. There's not a lot to say. Like this is kind of I don't vibe too much with this. Kind of wish I didn't introduce the red pencil into this, but what's done is done. I think what I'm learning is that every time, like my first figure drawing, it would always be a mess. I'm adding a bit too much shading, too chicken scratchy, like and then I start getting more confident lines and more specific with my placements. We are closing in on the end point of the sketchbook, and there are so many figure drawings here that I don't have anything to say about them anymore. They are just figure drawings at this point. I think this is the start of day 7, and I was like not having it, so I decided to just glue some cool photos from magazines in here. This one, I didn't think I would actually like this as much as I do. This collage is just, I like it. I like it. I like the colors. This is my least favorite spread in the entire book. I hate these pages and I don't want to look at them for longer than absolutely necessary. So we are just moving on. Like they're so ugly. Then we have 2 portraits. Obviously I had to outline them in black Posca markers and I wrote radical dude. There should probably be a comma here because now it says radical dude and it's supposed to be radical, comma, dude. I could add the comma right now. I'm not going to do it. This is just something that will be lost forever. Like the information that this is supposed to be radical, comma, dude. information that will be lost to time and history. This is so funny to me. One of my favorite things is combining two things that do not belong together. So a tiny little cat dressed in a beret threatening someone with a gun. That is peak comedy, in my personal opinion. The proportions going on over here, the proportions on this is fine. This is not. Like, the head should be smaller. It's not. These are like final pages of this sketchbook. I did not care anymore. I didn't even bother drawing faces on this. Obviously, when I was out of inspiration, I would just fill pages with random shapes in a 3-color color palette and call it a day. This suffers from the same fear that the blubbery page does. I'm really scared that you guys think that I don't know how to spell pigeon. I do. I just think it's very funny to spell things wrong. If you're looking pigeon with the word pig on, and then final pages. For this, I quite literally finger painted. I shoved my fingers into acrylic paint and painted. Acrylic on acrylic doesn't really work well. They will stick together and rip up the pages, but I'm not gonna, this not very precious to me, so I don't really care. I decided to finger paint, and honestly, therapeutic. Like, I'd recommend it. I was scrub-a-dub-dubbing to get my fingers clean, like underneath my nails, but not the end of the world. And that is the end. That's it. We can close the book up now. Thank you for spending your time with me. The sun did not reach us, so screw you. I'll send you back to Facecam Low, and she'll take you through the actual outro. It was lovely spending some time with you. Please take my heart. Welcome back to about, like, statistically, maybe 100 of you. Thank you for sticking around. As a little treat, I would like to tell you that today I saw AI vlogs from people in the Bible. Moses running through the parted sea and being like, this wasn't on Google Maps. That is a quote. This wasn't on Google Maps. Which, crazy work. It is so weird filming these intros and outros, because to you, it's been like 30 minutes. To me, it's been 5 seconds. That's it from me. Bye.